Guys,
We are hearing bombs, yeah.
friends.
Yeah. Guys, if you guys, come, let's get together. So, first of all, if you're hearing noise, don't be scared. I will tell you if it's relevant to our situation or not.
We'll know.
All right. So
What we left.
yeah, but as you react, just imagine kids that living here and need to live with this background sounds. All right. This is a quiet day. All right. This is a quiet day. Yeah.
10 seconds, right?
7 seconds, but yeah, this is from the rocket. So yeah, this is the Air Force. So you can see it's in the background. We are very. I see your reaction, and this is a normal reaction to a crazy situation. You see, I'm not reacting to that.
You are
I'm
used to
it,
that,
and
yeah.
this is not. This is not okay. I'm not okay. Okay.
Yeah.
It's not supposed to be like this. Yeah. So a little bit about the area, and after that, be calm. Everything is okay. If
No, she wasn't when the Iran attacked. She was in Jerusalem and see everything.
yeah. So
This is nothing.
this is the Navy. All right. This is the Navy. The boat of the Navy. They are firing. I can notice the sound and tell you what's going on. All right. So everything is okay.
The Zikim kibbutz that we visited on this trip made such a big impact on my understanding of what has happened to Israel the last year, beginning at 7th of October. Even though Zikim's story is positive and uplifting, I couldn't edit it, I couldn't watch it back because it hurts me to go back and think about these things.
And you can see it's all destroyed. You can see the lifeguard house that's blow away. You can see around us it's all destroyed. And they came here in the bathroom, butchered some kids. You can see the shots after this in the wall, in the doors. And you can see the blast through the walls. You can see behind us in the migunit, in the shelter,
Right.
they threw grenade inside where the people hide.
So there were fishermen out here. They ran to
Yep.
the miklat, the shelter,
Yep.
and they came in and they threw grenades in there.
Yeah, grenade, get inside and shot the bodies.
This is just one brave man's tale about his heroism on the 7th of October. I loved his honesty, and I loved also the fact that he was very respectful but honest when it came to some of my colleagues that I got to know after this was at the beginning of our tour, and I got to know this man who asked this question about Islam and 7th of October. As a Muslim, he is of course appalled and he doesn't want this to have anything to do with his religion, but reality, it's a very controversial subject, Islam and 7th of October, but the reality is that Islam is a religion. Islam is also, theology, and the theology is also of our ideology, judicial system, Sharia law. It's racism. Also, it's many things, and you can say that about a lot of religions, and we should talk about these issues openly. And when it comes to Islam, unfortunately, it's blocked by the Islamists not wanting us to talk about these issues. If it was if it has just been up to normal Muslims, the religion would have changed by now, you know, just as Judaism and Christianity has changed.
So my name is Elior. I'm 34 years old. Originally, I'm from the center of Israel, from Shoham. I moved here after my wife, after the love. My wife born and raised here in the kibbutz. And we got here in 2015. Since then, we are here. We have three little children. Mika, she's the oldest, she's 4.5 years old. Omri is the middle son, is 3.5 years old. And Goni, she's the youngest, she's 1.5 years old. And they all have been here in the Shabbat, in Saturday of the 7th of October, of course, hiding in the shelter as everybody else. And we will talk a little bit about the 7th of October. We will talk a little bit about the timeline that after this. You can ask whatever you want, feel free, don't be shy, it's part of my therapy. This is my therapy to speak about this stuff. So feel free to ask whatever you want, don't be shy, even if you feel it's the stupid question that there is. Alright, if I have the answer, of course I will answer it. If I don't, maybe we will think together about what is right and what is wrong. So we will gonna be in a couple of points. The first points we will going to see a little bit about the rockets. We collect some of the rockets during the time. We put some of them to show the people that come to visit. We will see a little bit about the Iron Dome. The Iron Dome is the missile, the Israel missile that intercept the rockets, as you saw from the attack from Iran, for example, and everything. And after that, we will go to what's called the Arab house. It's called Bet Alami. It was a house of Sheikh Alami before the establishment of Israel. And he left the house. It was his summer house. He lives in Hebron. And he had a summer house here that he come to visit in the summer, and he left the house during the 48 war, and the kibbutz established himself on the hill where we're gonna be. So we talk a little bit about this. We will see the area around us. We will see the beach, the beautiful beach that we cannot reach right now because this is a military zone. And we will talk a little bit about the area. After that, if we had time, we will go to the place that we fight in the 7th of October. It's a little bit hard to see there right now what's happened because we are 6 months later. But you can see the bullet holes in the fence and everything. And I will tell you a little bit about what happened Saturday and the days after.
You were here?
Yeah, I was here.
And you fought with them, like...
Yeah.
You felt everything.
As the people that you saw here also. We're part of the the civilian emergency squad of the kibbutz. And this is our reserve service. In my professional in the army, I was a tank commander.
Please, but
yeah.
the terrorists, they started by this place the first, or they started by the other place?
It was similar. So the terrorists they came to Zikim, came from the sea. If you want, I can show you. There is a famous videos and stuff like this, and they murder in the beach people that they went to fish, to jog, or whatever. We're talking about 41 people that was murdered in the beach, and those team of terrorists came to the kibbutz and tried to infiltrate the kibbutz, and I will show you where we fight with them to stop them, of course, and a little bit about the area. But yeah, there is a lot of misconception of what's happened during the 7th of October and after this.
And because of the holiday, it's called and Sefer Torah and the Shabbat too.
Yeah.
3 holidays. Wow.
Yeah. So in Friday there was Simchat Torah. Here in the kibbutz we have Bira and Ashira. It's beer and singing.
And at 7 o'clock.
Yeah,
All
we
people,
were-
they are sleeping.
Yeah,
In the morning.
Wow.
So some of us was awake during the night, drinking, having fun,
Yes, I
singing.
see the festival.
And in 6:30 in the morning, we're supposed to come and fight. We have here Raz. Raz is our medic of the squad. He treats the wounded guys from the squad, so we can tell you a little bit
Thank you
about.
so much.
Yeah, if somebody wants a coffee, you can organize it. And that's it, most of it.
סליחה, אליאור,
yeah.
רציתי לשאול משהו. When they were harbe, right? There were many.
Yeah.
You like here in the kibbutz.
Yeah.
How many like emergency fighters are?
So
Here.
we are 16 overall.
faced it?
Yeah, we are 16 overall. In the Saturday we were 10 here. Some of them were in Tel Aviv, some were in other places.
Bases, okay.
But overall we were 10, and that's it.
10 is all safe. You're all safe, right?
Yeah, two of our squad were injured. One of them is already also still in rehab, but he will be okay. He will walk again and everything. We got the message that there is an infantry forces from the sea. We got to catch all the west fence of the kibbutz, because this is where the threat will come.
Okay.
And in a couple of minutes the threat got here and we were already prepared. So this is where the fight began, and there was a firing for a couple of hours. We succeed to hit some of them, they succeed to hit some of us.
Were people from the kibbutz killed? Were there?
No. This is one of the amazing story here in Zikim, because nobody got killed or kidnapped. Yeah, but this is one of the amazing thing in Zikim. Thought was that my kids is behind me.
Yeah.
So if they will pass me and pass us, they will probably do what they did in other places to our kids. So I don't know, we have some luck, some ashgacha maybe. I don't have the correct answer. I'm looking for it. There is a lot of things in our story that could be otherwise.
So it's not what I've seen from this media. It's not only killed, but they were like harassed, right? They were like the women were harassed.
Yeah.
So the terrorists had nothing to do with Islam, or like they never represented.
נכון.
Exactly. So they were like
yeah.
mixing women with men, and they harassing them, filming everything. You know what I mean? So it was like more than killing. It's something really like harassing before killing.
First of all, it's a good point, and we ask ourselves, because I'm not Muslim, I'm Jew, I don't really know the Islam, but you hear different voices about Islam. We all know the Islam is the religion of peace in the title, but we also know that Islam have a radical side that you see in ISIS, in Hamas, in Al-Qaeda, in group like this, such as we have in Jews and Christians, the same, all right?
No, it's not the same. We have bigger issues with the religion I was born in. We have bigger issues.
What I'm saying
Yes.
is there is let's say there is extremists in every sides and every
sure.
category, in
Yeah,
every idea
for sure.
of the
Yeah,
world. All
for
right,
sure.
in capitalism, in Islam, in whatever.
No, what I mean, they were sick enough
Yeah.
to not have one goal of killing, but really to take that crazy revenge of, like, you know, just harass the women before killing them.
Let's
Yeah.
take
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Let's take
It's like getting them naked
Yeah.
in front of men and everything.
But for them,
You
it's
know-
in the name of Islam,
you know-
right?
Exactly.
For them.
If I'm as a man look it for it, I have one thing that even make it harder for me to understand, and it's the babies.
Exactly.
To kill babies and take the part from inside
Organs
out. And
and-
I saw the picture. I saw all the. I will tell you one thing. I saw all the videos of Hamas. I see each and every video because I want to understand who I'm dealing with.
Yeah.
Of course.
Of course, it's messed with my
Yes.
head. And these pictures that you see, you can unforget, and you can unrelieve your soul with it.
Yeah.
But we need to understand who we deal with.
Yes.
But yeah, if you ask me, the part of the kids and the babies, it's much harder to me to process and to understand Because guy, even if he's drug, it's sexual and everything, and in the heat of battle, you can do a horrible thing. We saw it across all the history.
Yeah.
So I'm not accepting it, but it's easier to me to understand how it can happen.
Right.
But babies,
So yeah.
that they cannot harm you and they cannot do nothing to you.
Right. So it's not like a Muslim killing a Jew, but it's an animal killing a human.
Yeah. But
Right.
this is also the debate. If you call them animal, you authorize their action, because animals do stuff like this, but they were human.
Yeah.
They were like
brainwashed.
humans.
They were
That's
brainwashed
because it's the
with
biology
ideology.
system.
Yep.
But the terrorists and the monsters in their mind,
Yes.
they killed just for satisfied or to define
Sick,
the
they're sick.
ideology
They're
because
sick.
They're
they believe
brainwashed.
that.
They're sick.
Yes.
They're
Sorry,
brainwashed.
I have to just speak up for one moment here because I agree with you, Elior. I don't know, some of you may be familiar that I was married to an Al-Qaeda terrorist. I was forced into a marriage with him when I was 19. So I'm very familiar with their mindset, and you're correct. They're not animals, they're not monsters, they are human beings, and they are doing this because they think it is the right thing to do. They believe that it's the way to get to the top place in heaven, right? To die and to kill fi sabilillah. This is what they have been raised with, this is what they believe,
Yes.
this is their one-track mind.
That's
Yeah.
their vaccination. Like they had it.
Yeah, from they were born, they were propagandized by their
But
parents.
you don't
Yeah.
have to be born into it. He
Yeah.
wasn't born into it.
Yeah.
He became radicalized when he was a teenager.
But Hamas,
can happen.
yeah.
But some people are born into
Yeah.
it. But the point is
You said-
that they are.
Human
It's
being.
hard to accept because you're a Muslim and you don't want to believe that there's other Muslims like that, but you have to. There's so many groups around the world, not just Hamas, Hezbollah, ISIS, Al Qaeda, Al-Shabaab,
Taliban.
blah 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 blah. It goes
Boko
on and on and
Haram.
on. Boko Haram. They
Yeah.
all
We're-
have one
Yes,
Yeah.
in Africa
root.
now.
We're in
So
different
it's
hands.
not it's not logical to try to pretend that there's no connection between all of these things that are very clearly connected. So we have to address that.
The 7th of October is like what causes the 7th of October? I mean, you have one of the best and most powerful defense system in the world and one of the most powerful secret agencies in the world. So what causes this tragedy? I mean, is it the fault of
Arrogant.
Yeah.
And misconception of the thinking of the barbaric Arab that cannot win the greatest mind of the Jews. This is my thought. This is my point of view only. I'm not representing nobody. I can tell you another thing. The army, the IDF, got here to Zikim just in Sunday. So all the Saturday is just us, just the emergency squad. So we have a lot of anger and a lot and untrust with the IDF right now, that they need to.
So for you, the IDF is.
We are not trust them anymore. We are trusting on ourselves, by ourselves only. And you can see this is the armed vehicle that we have. You can see in the side the bullet hole from the 7th of October. We will go and you will see it. We were on our own. Nobody came. Not the Air Force, the big Israeli Air Force that everybody talking about. Not you need to understand another thing. There is 3 bases right here. 3 minutes, 5 minutes from here. 3 bases. We didn't see one soldier. All right?
Yeah.
So.
But don't you think also it's not only, I believe that it's arrogance, but also I think it's also not understanding your enemy.
Absolutely.
Not understanding how barbaric your enemy can be.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Not just barbaric. How smart. How they can.
How evil.
manipulate
How
you.
evil.
Yeah, but let's talk just in a minute on the tactical side.
Yeah.
Nobody believed that something like this could happen.
Yeah.
I will give you an example. We have Raz the medic right here. He's a medic on the title of the squad. He didn't have an equipment, a medical equipment. The army didn't supply the medical equipment because nobody think that the civilian squad will fight. And the civilian squad, this is the people that saved the IDF from a bigger tragedy. All right?
Yes.
I got to the wounded guys with a bandage that I have from my service. To make you understand, I finished my service 15 years ago. All right? So you did all that you see right now on me, even the underwear and the socks, the sides, the flashlight, everything is donated. Donation. Nothing is from the army, just the rifle himself. Even the uniform. All right, so you need to understand the lack of trust that we have right now.
Can you explain to them, please, what's the job of the civil squad of the Kibbutz?
Yeah, for sure.
It's only for emergency.
Yeah, so
stuff.
They're not IDF.
we part of the IDF. We part of the IDF, but we are like people that live in the kibbutz, and they build from the people that live in the town a squad for emergency events.
And
let's
every
say,
kibbutz has.
yeah, let's say from rocket, let's say from earthquake or whatever. All right, fire. So we can address the event. You see the card, the red card there. So this is for fire, for example. So we get the vehicle, we attach the card, and we go to help the fire department, for example, or to achieve the fire before the fire department.
The IDF leadership appreciate you and understand your anger.
Yeah.
Your anger.
I think they understand that the meaning of the civilian squad right now. They didn't know it before the 7th of October, or they didn't accept it or realize it, or I don't know. But also I think that they very busy right now, the military very busy right now in multiple area and multiple stuff that he's not addressing the trust issue right now.
Also, to be able to learn from, to be better in the future, you have to be honest. So I'm so grateful that you're honest.
One thing.
Please.
Most people here have never been to Israel and have never been to a kibbutz.
Yeah.
So can you explain very briefly just the culture of the kibbutzim so they understand?
Yeah, for sure.
Thank
so
you.
Please, I have another question about that. I would love to say your opinion about the mistake it's from the government of the military system, because now the Israeli have peace accords with the Arab country. If that who make Israel to believe and to trust in the peace and don't have a level security in the borders, or maybe a mistake of military system.
So it's very good question. I will address the kibbutz a little bit, and then I will answer your question. So kibbutz, it's a very social community. In the past, it was social, also economic, and it's still social economic. Let's say my wage go directly to the kibbutz, not to my bank account, and I'm getting a budget from the kibbutz for my needs.
It's still like that?
Yeah, it's still like this. There is some things that are not the same like the past.
Yeah.
But it's very, very community and very, very social. And here in Kibbuts Zikim we have two type of communities, but it's all one community. We have this side of the kibbutz. This is the new kibbutz that you can see the houses here, and you can see how it's built. This is the capital side of the kibbutz. This is people that build their own houses with their own money. Their wage go to their bank account and everything, etc., etc. All right. This is the oldest kibbutz. I'm living in the oldest kibbutz, in a house like this. It's called train houses, because you see it's house after house and after house, and it's very, for me, it's very humble and cozy and nice way to live. And all these, the people that live in the old kibbutz, they are, if they are a member of the kibbutz, they are living social life. All right. If not, some of them living in independent economy. Let's say like this. All right. If something in my English is not working, tell me.
It's perfect. Perfect.
Yeah?
Yes.
Amazing.
And for your question, so it's very hard question for me to answer because we really want a peace with the Arab nation, and we really want to stop fighting. Let's say it like this. But if to be realistic, I don't think that our neighbor will change. If it will not be Hamas, it will probably other organization. And you need to understand that there is something in the education, in the let's think about it from the another side. Most of this area that they infantile, it's a left wing. It's people that believe in peace all over. They help some people from Gaza to get to the hospital and etc. etc. I'm a right wing. In my wife, she's a left wing, and we'll live together in peace. And we have 3 children, and we are not talking politics because then we are fighting. But it's you can live together even if you think differently. But if you are commitment to destroy me, and if you read Hamas charter, you are seeing that they write it black and white. You have nothing to confuse about
and we
it.
see their actions
Yeah,
too.
and to their let's say they are really how do I say it? They are a man of the words, all right? Not like Israel. Israel can say something and do something else.
Yeah.
They are really commitment to destroy us. I will tell something about it. Their radical Islam, it's not an Israeli problem, all right?
Exactly.
It's not the Israeli problem. Israeli, it's the marker of the radical Islam because we are small and we are Jewish and we have the relationship from the Quran and etc. and we can argue about it, but it's not Israeli problem.
Yes, I agree. I agree. I agree. Yeah.
The U.S.
Yeah. You know, I'm from.
Agree that the U.S. are a liberal country.
Yeah.
That you have a freedom of speech.
Yeah.
And so you can argue about it, but yeah.
You are smaller and you are closer.
Yeah. We are
you know,
the only liberal country in the Middle East.
In Iran, where the regime has, been terrorizing the Iranian people and you and everybody else in 40 years, they always chant death to America first and death to Israel second.
Yeah.
So the biggest Satan they call is America. So it is not about Israel.
Yeah. And this is what we're trying to bring the war, but you see the war is not against us, but it's not near us. It's not
we are near you though.
We are.
Thank you, but there is some stuff that I'm seeing. I'm not seeing media. I will tell you the truth. I'm not seeing media. I'm not in the social media a lot, so it's fuck with my brain.
Yeah.
But you hear stuff and you ask yourself how it's moral.
Yeah.
How it's moral. How this decision is the right decision to do. How after Iran attack from their territory, not with proxy and everything, with their territory, Israel with hundreds of missiles and UFO, and you need to stay still, and Biden tell you not. What? My kids' life are worth less than his?
I support you 100%.
Of course.
I support you.
Country with the self-respect would eliminate.
Yes, and you should. I am an Iranian. I will tell you, I 100% support what you're saying. 100%.
Let's say Canada will fire rockets like Hamas doing to us, not a ballistic. In 2 minutes, 2 hours, there is no Canada in there. All right, so it's not realistic scenario, of course, but it's the state of mind, it's the idea.
And I know
Israeli need to seek in all the trouble and all the stuff in the world, and other countries don't. We see what USA did in the Middle East.
But Elior, you should know that it's a revenge situation. For them, you took their land. And they will never forget.
Iran? They took Iran's land?
No, I'm talking about Israel.
But Iran just attacked.
I don't want to get into the argument.
Yeah.
We're going to see the kibbutz and we want to move forward from this point. So let's also keep, of course, feel free to ask questions, but let's keep the conversations for later.
All right. So before we go to the bus, we will not go to the HQ right now. Maybe in the end. I just want to show you the armed vehicle. Take water with you, please, and hats and stuff.
Thank you.
All right. So this armed vehicle was with us in the 7th of October. And you can see during this side, also of course the windshield was broke and everything, but you can see the bullet holes, they have numbers near them. And this is what prevents from hitting us, the people that stand behind us. Hi. Good luck.
Hi.
You're from Morocco? Yes. I've been to Morocco.
Hi. Hi.
Where city?
The rockets, they come with different shape and different size and different, let's say, much of explosive. The biggest rocket that landed here was like, let's say, couple. How do you say? Like not thousands, like not hundreds. The small tens, yeah. Thousands is it's the alafim, no?
No, dozens.
So of explosive, and she did a damage. She landed on the open field, and she did a damage for 5 houses in a 100-meter radius. So just to make you understand what it can do, just imagine your kids playing on the grass outside. After this landing, they will look like a pasta strain with all the holes in it. All right, just to make you understand. So you can see also here, be careful because it's very, very sharp. You can hold it if you want. So this is the head of the Iron Dome. This is what intercepts the rockets. You can see the sensors and the camera and everything. This is the head of the Iron Dome. This is what intercepts. And this is the rocket itself. This is what's covered the Iron Dome. This is come on the head of the Iron Dome, and it's covering. It's open up to 2, and then it's intercepted. So if you want to hold it and take a picture with it, it's a little bit dirty and very, very sharp. So be careful. You can hold this. This is the lighters from all, if you want.
Don't take home.
Do they just make these there?
Yeah, they make this. They make this there from simple material. Some of this rocket made from the material that came for build Gaza.
Wow, yeah.
All right. So to build a good life and stuff like this, and they use it to build. How do we know? Because we saw of some of the rockets the mark of the materials, and you can track the materials and see what was his purpose. Yeah. So they could build a beautiful life after we left in 2005. But yeah, it is what it is. We will talk a little bit.
Guys.
We are hearing bombs. Yeah.
Friends.
Yeah. Guys, if you guys, come, let's get together. So, first of all, if you're hearing noise, don't be scared. I will tell you if it's relevant to our situation or not.
We'll know.
All right? Yeah, you probably will know. But as you can see, the fighting is continuing. The war didn't end yet, and if you can hear it, it's probably very close because there is all the north of Gaza. It's very, very complicated situation there with the civilians and the Hamas that are inside the civilians there. Yeah, this is for you. Yeah.
Wow.
So we have a cloudy day. Yeah, don't worry. This is the fighting inside Gaza Strip. All right.
They have fun. Also.
Yeah.
This is your restaurant, honey.
So
What we left.
yeah, but as you react, just imagine kids that living here and need to live with this background sounds. All right, this is a quiet day. All right, this is quiet day.
They have
Yeah.
10 seconds, right?
7 seconds, but yeah, this is from the rocket. So yeah, this is the Air Force. So you can see it's in the background. We are very. I see your reaction, and this is a normal reaction to a crazy situation. You see, I'm not reacting to that.
You are
I'm
used to
it.
that, yeah.
And this is not. This is not okay. I'm not okay. Okay.
Yeah.
It's not supposed to be like this. Yeah. So. Yeah. So a little bit about the area, and after that, be calm. Everything is okay. If
No, she wasn't when the Iran attacked. She was in Jerusalem. It's everything.
Yeah. So
This is nothing.
this is the Navy. All right. This is the Navy. The boat of the Navy. They are firing. I can notice the sound and tell you what's going on. All right. So everything is okay. So we have a cloudy day. Not so good to see, but I will try. You see the city on the horizon there? You see that? The buildings? So this is your next stop. This is the road city. All right? If you come a little bit closer, you see the greenhouses?
Yes.
This is Yad Mordechai, Kibbutz Yad Mordechai. And if you go to the right, there is more greenhouses. You see them? This is Netiva Asara.
That people were killed.
Yeah. In Netiva Asara, it's a town that's sitting on the border, on the fence of the border. And in the 7th of October, there were 3 Buckeyes, like paragliders, tractor, how do you say it?
Tractor?
Yeah, we call it in Israel.
Like a buggy with.
Yeah, we call it in Hebrew Buckeye. This is the slang of this.
We saw this.
Yeah. So they land, not a lot of terrorists, like 3 or 4 terrorists. They land inside the village, and they butcher almost 20 people.
Wow.
All right. So just to make you understand, after all the 7th of October, you don't need a lot of terrorists to do damage to a city or town. All right. You hear probably the story about hundreds. Overall, there were 3,000 that get inside, but you can see 4 terrorists can do damage. Good as much as more of them. So a little bit about Zikim. Also, you see the road from Netiva Asara that's going right behind the hills into the sea. This is the border.
That's it?
That's it. After this, the building there in the horizon, this is Bet Hanun, El Nasser, already Gaza Strip. All right? The buildings there.
Right? They collapsed there? The buildings that collapsed?
Some of them destroyed, some of them not. The military didn't shoot in every house that we saw. If there is a contact, they destroyed it.
I have a question. There's only a wall. Is that the border?
What? This one?
Yeah, the
No,
fence.
this is the fence of the kibbutz.
Ah, okay.
The border is the road that you see from. You see the greenhouses that we talk about?
Yeah.
If you go to the road, there is a road that's going behind the hills and through the sea. You can see it. If you will come over here, you can see the border. Yeah. If you will come over here, all of you, you can see the tower in the beach. You can see there. This is the end of the road. This is the end of the border. You see it? There, behind the tree. If you go straight behind the tree, there is a tower. This is the end of the border. After this, it's an open sea, as you can see. So, if you look to the antennas in the clothes, this is called Itzhak base. You hear me there? Yeah, you can hear me? Alright, so the antennas right there, it's called Iftach base. Iftach base is an operational base. I used to be a tank commander for a couple of months right here in my service. And if you go to the right, you see the antennas there? This is the basic training of Home Front Command, of Pikud HaOref, as we say it in Hebrew. This is a basic training. It's not a warrior base, it's not an operational base. And in the 7th of October, there were some of the commanders that defend the rookies that joined the army.
It's a boot camp.
A boot camp, yeah, a basic training, as we call it. and they defend it. 7 of them were killed during the fight. After this base, there is another secret base of the Shabak. Shabak, it's not a secret anymore because they knew it. But Shabak, it's like an FBI. It's a secret service that's supposed to protect from terror attacks. So a little bit about the kibbutz. The kibbutz, it's overall almost 1,000 people. Right now, 350 got back the kibbutz. 80 of the people that got back, they are under 18 years old. All right. Let's say my youngest is the second youngest in the kibbutz. There is another one that called Agam. She's like almost 1 year, but most of the kibbutz didn't got back yet. He's supposed to got back in the end of July. So this is the situation here. And
just a quick question. Come back because their homes are not ready for them to come back. They've been destroyed, or they just don't feel safe. Or...
it's a couple of things. First of all, they are not feeling safe. Second of all, the kids transfer from school to school, from kindergarten to kindergarten, and they want to give some stability in this crazy year to the kids. They want to finish the education year in the places that they are right now, and then to come back. And some of them didn't decide if they will come back or not. So it depends of the family.
Is it? Sorry, another question. So these are the people that really believed in peace, and that's why they're so close to the border. Some of those people changed their minds, and they no longer want to be on the border because they now see the reality.
Some, yeah.
Okay, 7th of October, 6:30. Tell us what's happening.
So let's start in the 6th of October, not in the 7th of October. So in the 6th of October, as I told you in the start of the tour, we had a holiday here in Zikim. We were singing and drinking beer, having a good time. We finished the holiday in 3 o'clock in the night, go to sleep, and after 3.5 hours we got a call. We wake up to a loud noises of rocket attack and the red color siren. We are used to it. It's not new for us. We go to the shelter. My kids are sleeping in the shelter, so it's just me and my wife. We are going to the shelter, and some things feel off because the massive noise and the sounds and something didn't feel right. I get out from the shelter to check my phone, and I see a message in the WhatsApp group of the emergency civilian squad that there is a coordinated attack. They are already land in Netiva Asara, and they already went and passed the Navy. You can see the Navy boats, by the way. They are patrolling 24 hours. So they passed, you see in the sea. So they passed the Navy. The Navy called the head of the security and tell him, I'm sorry, they passed us. We cannot reach them by range of the guns. We cannot reach them by the speed because they were with speedboats. You're on your own. Prepare to protect the fight. We got to the HQ. We got the message in 6:35. In 6:42, we got to the positions. If you ask me to do it now, I will not succeed to do it. But yeah, we got to the position and we prepared ourselves. In 7 o'clock, after they butchered 41 people in the beach and killed 4 Golani soldiers, they took the vehicle, the military vehicle of the Golani soldier, and came from the road and stopped. You see the 2 trees right there, the 2 big trees near the fence? So there is an electricity pole to the right. You see it? So they stopped with the military vehicle. It was a Chevrolet Savannah. They stopped there. We thought to ourselves, all right, the military come. This is what we practice. In a 10 to 15 minutes, the military is supposed to come and take charge of the situation. We were very happy, of course. And after we understood, they came out from the vehicle, and we understood this is not the military. How do we understood it? Because we saw one of them with an RPG. We all served in the military, in the IDF. We know there is no RPG, maybe in the 80s, but now there is no RPG in the military. We understood we are under attack, and the fights begin. The fight took place a couple of hours. I have a trouble with my timeline, I'm sorry, but a couple of hours. During this fight, they're firing RPGs, throwing grenades, explosive charge, whatever they had.
And what do you have?
We have an M16, short M16, and 6 magazines each. That's what
it.
we had. All right. We start the fight. After a few half an hour, probably, 2 of our guys got grenade into the position that they were in. They jumped out. They got hit from the grenade, and this is when me and Raz started a rescue mission, if you can say it. Under our fire, we got to them with the right flank because we are very exposed. They have an high ground on us. They see us, we barely see them. All right. So we did a flank and we dragged them to bushes that they cannot see us. We treat them there, and then we evacuate them on a golf cart because this is what we had. We evacuate them to the HQ. The guys that evacuate them to the HQ bring back magazines with the firearm, with the bullets, because we are about to finish. And this is how we continue to fight. During this fight, there was one Shabak guy that got. This is the only road. You need to understand. This is the only road from the sea and from the bases to the north, and otherwise there is no way. It's very strategical road. Let's say it like this. So one of the Shabak guys that got into the crossfire got killed during the crossfire, and the commander of the Golani platoon that was sitting here came back too from his house and joined to the fight as soon that it got here. After a few hours, we had one officer that's living here. He's an officer in special unit in the IDF that's called Maglan. And he gave a punish to few of his team. In the week before, they drove without a seatbelt. So we give them Shabbat to stay the Saturday in base and don't go home. And this was part of our luck, because he called them from Julis. It's in half an hour from here. It's Julis base call. And they got to here. They did a flank on the last terrorists that were here. And you need to understand, this is a military force, but this is not a military force that got order to came here. This is the only military that we saw, because his commander living here and fighting right now. And there is no order, no nothing. So they did the flank to kill the 2 last terrorists. One of the terrorists tried to throw a grenade. He was already injured. To throw a grenade of them, and they eliminate them. And this is when the main fight was over in the 7th of October. We're talking about probably 12 o'clock, probably something like this. After that, we are catching the fence here because we don't know what more about to come. We had more fights near the back gate and the cemetery and the Refet. The Refet is the cow house. During the next days, in the 8th of October, everybody's talking about the 7th of October, but you need to understand that in the days after, a few weeks after, 2 weeks or 3 weeks, we were still fighting in Israel. All right, there were still terrorists in Israel until the military cleared all the area.
I didn't know.
All the green that you see right now was burned. All the green that you see right now, the nature retreat himself, but it was all burned.
How long did it take the military to finally get here?
The military get here in Sunday. In the night between Saturday and Sunday, in 4 in the night. 4 p.m. Yeah.
4 a.m.
4 a.m. All right. So,
And how many terrorists were eliminated?
we're talking about, we don't know exactly the number because some of them was injured and running, some of them were, we saw the bodies, some of them we find some bodies in a few, in the last 2 weeks they found a body near the Katza, near there, so we don't know. But we know about 8 for sure that we kill. We know we injured some of them because we saw the medical equipment. We don't know how many.
How many ran away? You don't know. You don't know. You don't know.
Part of the problem. We don't know how many get here. We assume that between 10 to 15. We don't know exactly.
But again, that's only
this is the first wave. Yeah, we are talking just a one group. During the fight, I called my father. I told him, Father, please come. Take my wife and my kids away from here. You don't understand what's happening here. And he told me, I can't. I told him, I don't care. Come right now. My father is a one hour driving from here. Come right now, take them. There is terrorists on the fence. I need you to save them. He told me, I can't. You don't understand. All the area is full with terrorists. We cannot reach Zikim. We didn't know the situation. We didn't understood what's happened around us. And just in the night we understood because we saw in the road all the bodies and the burned vehicle and everything. If you saw on the way here, you saw the road, it's a little bit ruined. This is part of the fight.
How many terrorists were inside Israel approximately?
We're talking about 3,000. 3,000 that came in 38 points in the border.
Yeah.
The terrorists that came to us came from the beach, came from the sea. So another thing that you need to understand that the unit that came here, it's a very special unit from Hamas. They are very trained, very organized, very equipped.
They got past the Navy.
Yeah, they are like the Navy SEALs, the Shayetet 13. There is a very famous video of how they get on the beach. I don't know if you saw it. But in this video you see only 2 boats. Overall there was 5 boats that get on the shore. But there was 9 boats overall. The Navy succeeded to hit in 4 boats. And there was boats and divers also. So if you let me, I will send you photos of the bodies if you want. But yeah. In Saturday in the night, my father succeeded to come here and rescue my family in 8:39, and since then I didn't saw my kid for 3 weeks. I was here until the situation was a little bit calm and I was able to went to where they were evacuated. And until last month they were evacuated in the hotel still and everything. Another thing that I want you to understand about this area in the 7th of October and all these things, that this whole area is connected. Even here in Zikim, if we didn't have people that died or kidnapped or whatever, I personally have one friend from the Greek study from Nero that is kidnapped. I have 2 good friends from Florida that killed during the fight. My wife used to work in Be'eri for 5 years in the education. She knows all the kidnapped kids, all the kids that dead, all the parents that were murdered. So this whole area is very, very connected. The commander of the emergency squad, of the Zikim emergency squad, his mother was killed, was murdered in Kfar Aza during the first day. And he's fighting here and you don't know that his mother are now fighting on her life. And this is part of the thing that you need to understand. The parents of my wife was in a trip in Georgia. They have two kids here and their grandsons here. So just imagine the feeling of being outside and your family is right here inside. If you have any questions, this is the time, and if not, I got a sign to finish. Of course, you can take my details and we can.
I just want to, if you can, just explain one thing to them about the lack of destruction that they're seeing here.
Yeah.
And compared to the other kibbutzim.
So we don't have the time to go to the third point, but most of the fighting took place on the fence. We succeeded to prevent them to get inside, and this is why the kibbutz is complete and without a harm.
And what was the difference between the other kibbutz and you, do you think?
First of all, we had an orders from the Navy.
Awesome, that's why.
No. The other guys are awesome too. But
it was
first of
another
all,
situation,
we
probably also.
Yeah, we had a notice from the Navy that it gave us a couple of minutes to organize ourselves. The weapons that we had was in our home. We didn't listen to the army command to put it in safe room. So it was in our houses. Our reaction were capable to be very quick because of this, and also we had some luck. To tell you the truth, if they didn't stop there and they will continue to drive and get inside the kibbutz like you did from the front gate, we are talking about different fights. I don't know if I were standing here to talk to you. It's a different fight when you're fighting inside the kibbutz and there are civilians and stuff like this, and you need to protect your family. And when you're fighting a classic infantry fight, all right?
Yeah, you have to understand, in some of the other kibbutzim, like he just described, the fighting was inside of the kibbutz. So Kibbutz Nir Oz, for example, 25% of the population of Nir Oz was either murdered or kidnapped. And the homes are burnt, it's destroyed. Same with Kfar Aza and a lot of the other kibbutzim. But like this, the fighting, as he said, was on the border, so you don't see it in the homes. But in other kibbutzim, the homes are destroyed, burned to the ground, and bullets.
I will tell you, if they were continue to drive and get from, probably we were unable to stop them.
Well, thank goodness that didn't happen and you were able to stop it.
Yeah.
How is the children managing this situation? How are they?
This is the biggest question of all of us. I can tell you that my little son took it very hard. He got back to do needs on himself, pee and everything. He got back to the, how do you say motel?
Thumb sucking.
He doesn't sleep in his bed.
Yeah.
It depends on the kid, but yeah.
The story of the commander and his mom is very touching, man. Like he's defending here and his mom is killed there.
Got more. He collapsed in the HQ when he heard it.
Start asking questions. Ask your Muslim friends questions and do it in a loving, open discussion. And when I say loving, I don't want you to be apologetic about it, because we have to be done with being apologetic when it comes to Islam. We need to talk openly and honestly about this problem. And it's like, if you are an alcoholic and you want to get better, you need to first of all admit that you have a problem and then decide to change it. If we as a world, as a Western civilization, have a problem with Islam as an organized religion, we need to first admit that we have a problem, and then we can work against the problem. We can work towards a solution. If we don't even want to admit that we have a problem to begin with, then we can't solve our problem.